Hello, good to see your smiling faces. Are you ready for the happiest show on TV today? It's time to cruise away with Derek and Joe.
Good day, welcome for the best selection of cruise holidays around the world. You've come to the right place. Prepare to book your next adventure with the #1 team in Oz.
Here at CruiseAway, we've been sending Australian travellers on amazing cruise holidays for over 25 years. Our award-winning team specialise in bringing you the best deals from all major cruise lines, sailing right across the globe. Whether you're looking to cruise locally or afar, with thousands of unmissable deals available right now, you can be sure we'll find you your perfect cruise holiday. So, if you're ready, let's go cruising.
Yes, let's go cruising with Princess Cruises, Celebrity and Holland America Line in this show, with some excellent getaways that you can lock in today with tiny deposits.
Yes, all you need to say yes to any of the getaways in this show is just $99 per person. Wow.
What?
$99 per person. That's
wow.
Incredible. On the menu, we're heading to the fjords and highlights of New Zealand in February 2028 for a 2-week adventure. Closer to home, we've got 2 weeks of Queensland coast and Papua New Guinea cruising to look forward to out of Brisbane next June on the Grand Princess.
With another close to home Oz and Tassie 10-night cruise in October on board newly updated Celebrity Solstice. And we're cruising Celebrity with our first getaway to the South Pacific in November for a 12-night escape cruising. You lucky people. Look at this, Celebrity Edge. Oh my word. What an incredible ship. Can I just say to you, if you have never cruised with Celebrity Cruises thus far, you need to make it happen, and you need to make it happen on this ship. And the first thing you literally do when you get on board is just walk around with your phone the whole time, because you are taking picture after picture after picture of you in front of all of the glorious artworks, the spaces, the pools. I mean, you turn every new corner on Celebrity Edge and there's another great selfie spot, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. It's extraordinary. I mean, look at the Grand Plaza and also the dining venues. The spa is spectacular with the biggest treatment menu you could ever imagine. You could have everything from a full cut and colour through to, mani-pedi massage combo, tweakments, acupressure, acupuncture, isothermy, you name it. And there's lots of new additions to this beautiful vessel, by the way. If you've cruised on Edge before, she was launched in 2018. There's the Ascent Sessions. This is a program of live musician performances, acoustic, jazz, pop sets. These will appear in the club and the Grand Plaza around the ships. They're always kind of, moving the entertainment different each venue, each space you go to, which is great. Every space has its own identity. There's some world-class musicians and performers on board. Look at Eden. This is my favourite part of Edge Class, where it's kind of all done up with all the theme of the cocktails is beautifully in line with everything that's happening in that venue. It's a wonderful organic feel and a very imaginative space as well. The rooftop garden, this is special. There's literally little infinity pools up there, miniature infinity pools, hot tubs, real plants and flowers, artistic sculptures. It's a great place to be. So we're off on an adventure out of Sydney for 12 nights. Now, a couple of days at sea will see us into Lifil, which is a remote island of gorgeous limestone cliffs and hidden caves surrounded by that crystal clear lagoon. And look at the beaches. You are in New Caledonia, you can expect some powder white sand and turquoise ocean beyond compare. Then it's Mystery Island, which is a teeny tiny little island in Vanuatu, fringed by coral reefs and soft sand. You can actually cross the whole island in about half an hour. It is so cute, and there's beach village markets to shop for local goods there as well. Luganville is next up, also in Vanuatu. Nice laid-back port on Espiritu Santo, which is the home to some of the clearest waters in the South Pacific. This is going to be your dive and snorkel location. Even if you're not a swimmer, you've got to go into your ankles at least. Port Villa's next, and this is where you can learn about the culture of these amazing islands. Perhaps take a tour that will take you to the Blue Lagoon, a natural swimming spot, and then to a local village afterwards to learn about some of the customs in Vanuatu. Then it's Noumea, and this is a blend of French Riviera really meets South Pacific beauty. And they do speak French there and Creole too. You can do a lagoon cruise to nearby inlets with snorkeling and swimming. Then we're back into Sydney after a day at sea. Nice relaxing itinerary, this one. Cruising out of Sydney off to New Caledonia, Vanuatu, and several ports in each one of those beautiful paradisical islands. You're going to love it.
And it's just an easy 12-night round trip, Sydney to Sydney, this one. I mean, it's so lovely. Honestly, as soon as you see Celebrity Edge in the harbour, when you're going to check in for your cruise, you'll be like, I've made the right decision. And then when you step on board and start looking around, you'll be like, wow, this is magic. Absolute magic. She's such a beautiful ship. And I love the fact that this is for this year as well. It comes up in November, 12 nights of that luxury cruising, everything around you just so beautiful. And then you're going out to the idyllic South Pacific and just enjoying heavenly places on your route. And you know what? This is 5-star and elevated cruising. And normally that comes with top dollar price tags. But when you're with CruiseAway, we have an amazing relationship worldwide with Celebrity Cruises, as we do with all of the major cruise lines. And that is how we can secure this. And there is so much included in that price tag as your cruise experience. Now, you can lock this price in today with us here at CruiseAway with a deposit of just $99 each. But be aware, this is for this year, so the availability is already less. This is already a popular cruise. But for that $99 deposit each today, you have promised yourself sumptuous luxury on board, those wonderful pools, events happening all day, all night if you want, plenty of relaxing spaces to just enjoy and do nothing if you want, a full program of activities and entertainment, and literally living life on the edge, which you will love. So call now. Here's all the details that you need to get booking. Honestly, you will have just the best time, because it is so simple and because it is so elegant and it is so beautiful. And when we talk about this being high class, luxury, elevated, or any of these phrases that we use, we don't mean stuffy and uncomfortable. We don't mean everyone is, tuxedo day and night. It is casual, comfortable, fun, great atmosphere, but you're just enjoying the very best of everything. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and just enjoying real luxury and sheer beauty around you. You'll love it, and I'm sure you'll be back for more. So call us toll free right now. Remember, deposits of just $99 each today. 1300 412 358 is that toll free number for this cruise, or quite frankly any cruise in the world you fancy booking. Then just give us a call here at CruiseAway and we will be more than happy to help you, as we have been helping Aussies for over 25 years.
Yeah,
it's quite a while now.
We do. It's what we do, and we know exactly where to send you depending on where you want to go. You want to go to South America, the end of the world, all the way down to the tip of South America. Yeah, at the same time, maybe you want to tack on a cruise to the Caribbean. That's absolutely possible, by the way. I know you might not have thought about that before, but that's what we're here for. Now, another celebrity cruise close to home to South Australia and Tasmania for 10 nights from Sydney. This time on board the newly renewed Celebrity Solstice, leaving Sydney on the 31st of October. She's a beautiful ship. I've been on Solstice 2 or 3 times, and I'm excited to see the renewed elements of this already gorgeous ship, which is a beloved member of the Solstice class fleet as well. Renewed earlier this year with new Sunset Park, a new Italian specialty restaurant, and the new steakhouse, plus the parlour sports and gaming lounge with billiards, darts, retro games, big screen sports, and lots of new theatre shows to enjoy as well. Brimming with luxurious design features. Now, Sunset Park, this is a new and refreshed top deck space that you can enjoy. The lawn games they have up there, like croquet. You can relax in the lovely luxury lounges. They do movie screenings and live concerts up there. Brand new cocktail selection. It's actually a lovely place to enjoy breakfast and lunch out on deck as well. And they've expanded their private cabanas, which, by the way, you can have a poolside massage in a private cabana, or book other treatments up in the spa whilst you're on board. Now, the Grande Pani restaurant has that stunning chandelier in the middle, and you could be eating your 4-course experience every single meal if you want to, because it's all included for you. I'm talking breakfast, lunch and dinner, and actually afternoon tea. So you could be in there for every meal. Or you could take it at your own pace and maybe, you know, do some dining in there, head to the buffet for breakfast, which is quite a popular thing to do. And they have so much up there. It is wild, the selection that's on offer for you when you're on board Celebrity. And of course, Celebrity New Luxury expect exceptional quality of food and wonderful entertainment. Now, we have got 10 nights to enjoy cruising out of Sydney. Now, a day at sea sees us into Hobart, Tasmania's capital. Lovely landscapes, wild, you know, untethered terrain, and also a real creative element to Hobart when you're, you know, heading around the back streets and seeing some of the amazing art galleries. Then it's Kangaroo Island, one of Australia's most pristine wildlife havens, shaped by the rock formations that formed over millions of years. You might want to visit Seal Bay Conservation Park on an excursion where you can get up close with the sea lions. Then it's Adelaide, nice relaxed city to visit, of course, surrounded by those incredible coastal landscapes and the wine, of course. Explore the Adelaide Hills, where you can see some boutique wineries perhaps and scenic villages you might not have seen before. Melbourne's next, the creative hub and you know, incredible cultural city of our nation, and it's full of hidden corners. Having grown up in Melbourne, I always feel like there's somewhere new to explore, and you want to head to Healesville Sanctuary if you love wildlife. Then it's Eden. You know, lovely thing to do here would be to head to see some wildlife, the koalas. Portaroo Palace is also great, and the Killer Whale Museum. That's just fascinating to learn about the history, you know, with the killer whales. Then we're back into Sydney, where you'll simply just stroll off. Nice close to home itinerary, this one. Heading out of Sydney into Hobart and Kangaroo Island, Adelaide and Melbourne, Eden, and then back into Sydney with some sea days to enjoy the ship along the way, which is really important because you'll want those to relax and sit back and you know, enjoy everything that the ship has to offer.
Yeah, because it's a holiday after all, isn't it? I mean, you're visiting all of these places, but it's nice to kind of, you know, have a day exploring and then have a day relaxing or enjoying the activities on board. And there are plenty of those and lots of new additions as well. So if you've been on board Celebrity Solstice before, you are going to find a whole heap of wonderful changes, because Celebrity, they have this wonderful 5-star boutique feel, but they're always keeping it bang up to date. It's amazing. So, are you ready? End of October, 10 fabulous nights and a low deposit on the way for you as well. Let's get you your price tag first, because this, again, I have to say, I don't know how our team do it. Sometimes I look at these prices and I have to double check with our team and say, are you sure? Are we right? I mean, I've sailed Celebrity a lot. You know, like, I know the caliber of everything you're enjoying on board. The quality of the ingredients that they use in the dining, the quality of the entertainment as well, all of that adds up. And when you're on board, literally, you come away from a Celebrity cruise thinking, I should have paid more. I should have paid more for that. Well, the good news is you'll only pay that. And today, you can pay just $99 each as a deposit, and that will lock in that price tag for you. You will have the greatest time on board. You'll be exploring wonderful ports around our own coastline and Tassie whilst lounging and enjoying that wonderful time in your Celebrity stateroom. The beds are incredible. The fancy restaurants, the bars, the pools, everything is just so beautiful. I would be booking today if I was you. This is going to be popular. In fact, it already is. Let's get you the details to get you booked as well, because that's an incredible, it is an incredible getaway. I mean, honestly, there's nothing you can say about Celebrity. Listen, if there was something that I thought, oh yeah, it was a lovely ship, but I'd tell you the but thing. But honestly, when you go on board with Celebrity, you just kind of think, they've just got everything right, and they got everything right first time. And it is, I know I keep using the same word, beautiful, but it simply is. The whole ship is a real pleasure to be around. The team on board, everything just moves to a beautiful rhythm. It really does. Anyway, listen, get yourself booked today with your low deposits, $99 each, remember. 1300 412 358 is that toll-free number to call, and I would not delay for a single second. And we do all the celebrity sailings around the world, of course, from here at CruiseAway. Right, time for a Brisbane cruise now. We're heading off along the Queensland coast and off to Papua New Guinea next June with Princess Cruises now on a 2-week cruise to remember, with movies under the stars and great times on board Grand Princess. And she is very grand indeed.
Oh, she is. Grand by name and absolutely grand by nature. And she's known as the World Voyager, the Grand Princess. So it's lovely to see her in our part of the world, of course. Now, she has been updated as well over the years. Plenty of space to relax, cool off and enjoy the sunshine. You've got the Sanctuary, which is a lovely adults-only escape with plush lounges, attentive service, and that is your tranquil getaway, which is actually really nice if you are planning on, cruising with the kids or grandkids or a family reunion, because there are spaces where you can get over and just have your adult time. And there's also a kids club, so you can drop the kids off at the kids club. They'll have tons of fun, by the way, when you're doing certain activities around the ship that maybe they don't want to do, they want to play instead. It's great. And of course, talking about kids, there's loads and loads of different options for kids' food. They have a whole section for them. But there's also loads for you to choose from, a wide variety of dining options. They have something called the medallion on Princess. So when you check in, you'll be given a medallion, not a stateroom card. And you can actually wear that around your neck or in a piece of jewellery, which makes it so easy to open and close your stateroom, to check on your onboard bill, everything. It interacts with screens around the ship as well, so it's just a really dynamic attribute to being on board Princess. Incredible entertainment. They're always winning awards for their entertainment. And it's not just the main cast show that they offer you. They'll have guest acts visiting. Might be local, might be global, and it might be a comedian, a singer. It might be someone that you know of very well, perhaps from back home, or from way back in the day, is what we find, that you'll recognise some of the performers. And that's the great thing about it. Movies Under the Stars, we love that as well. 14 nights cruising out of Brisbane. And we're off to, first of all, at sea, and then we're into Sydney for the day, which is great. And of course, you've got the harbour right there. You are literally parked on the harbour. You can climb the bridge. Yeah, you can do the challenging climb or the easy one. Then it's Ellie Beach, and this is the heart of the Barrier Reef, but the Whitsundays as well, which is that incredible archipelago with just the most perfect reef and beautiful blue ocean, and you've got to get out there on the water. We're into Townsville next. Another lovely port up in Queensland where you can go, enjoy the rainforest, or at the same time, the Barrier Reef. The Whitsundays aren't too far away. There's the Sanctuary there too to visit, and it's Port Douglas, and again another great one up in that region of the Barrier Reef. Now, Port Douglas is within close proximity to the Corunna Scenic Railway as well, which is phenomenal, and up there in Cape Tribulation with the bouncing stones. Then we're into Cairns, so this is very much focused on that beautiful area of the world and one of the great wonders of the world, the Barrier Reef, of course. Maybe head to the Daintree Rainforest if you wanted to get out there and do a crocodile viewing tour. Then Alatau awaits in Papua New Guinea, where you can head to the War Memorial. There's lots of tie-ins here with the Second World War to learn about. It's very interesting. And the Cultural Festival to learn about the native indigenous Papua New Guineans. We're back into Brisbane, where you'll simply disembark. But here is your overview, of course, heading out of Brisbane, enjoying a day at sea, into Sydney, another day at sea, Airlie Beach in Townsville, Port Douglas and Cairns, another day at sea, Olatau, and then we are back into Brisbane. It's a real wonderful Barrier Reef intense itinerary, this one.
Yeah, I love it's a 2-week one as well, actually, because a week and you'd have only just got into it, wouldn't you? You just started getting into the cruising way of life, getting used to the fact that all of your food is cooked, the bed's made, the room's sorted, the show's on. Everything is just so easy. So I love the fact that this is 2 weeks. And Grand Princess, you're going to have the great time with Princess Cruises as well. Lovely, lovely team on board. great food. Honestly, everything about the experience just takes you, it's like being on another planet for a couple of weeks, and it's a lovely planet, let me tell you. Remember, we have got low deposits today as well, so you've got the ability to lock in this price tag here for a deposit of just $99 each today. So you can lock in that price right now for $99 each, which is just brilliant. And you are going to have the greatest time as well. Maybe you have never cruised before and you were thinking about a 3 or a 4 or a 5 night little taster cruise. Why not go for this at this kind of price tag for 2 weeks? You're going to be meeting new people, you're going to be relaxing and letting the Princess team on board just take care of you. Beautiful bars and lounges and restaurant choices and pools and activities, all places to do absolutely nothing whatsoever. That's the great thing about cruising as well. Just lap it all up and enjoy it at a great price tag. Here's all your details to get it booked. And remember, that can happen today. I know we are talking at, yes, that's 1st of June next year. That's a long way off, but we are locking in a great price tag today by saying, okay, here's my $99 deposit per person. Thank you very much, I'll have that price. And then you know, guaranteed, the price of your getaway for next June. Now that is smart planning. That is very smart planning, because there's only one way that that cruise price is likely to go between now and when the cruise goes. And it probably will actually be going up. Right, okay, we literally have one final escape in this show with a $99 per person deposit, and it's taking us to the sheer beauty, amazing cities and a warm Kiwi welcome, this time with Holland America Line in February of 2028, so even further into the future. And we are on board the lovely Westerdam with Holland America Line. And one thing I want to say straight away when we talk about Holland America Line cruising is, and I love the fact also, Joe, it's my big highlight, that room service is included, because I'm more of a bruncher than a breakfaster, I have to say.
Oh, me too. Definitely. And the wonderful thing about that is if you want a late night cheese plate or a slice of cake, ooh, it's included for you. Lovely. And it's one of the best things, like you said, about being on board Holland America Line, because it's these thoughtful touches that make Holland America Line feel like a home away from home. It is a very homely feel on board. It doesn't feel ostentatious or overbearing. You'll find that, you know, from one space to the next, the ceilings are a bit lower, the lighting is warmer. It's not about feeling like you're in a big casino, maybe, like you find some ships have got purposefully these lovely big roofs, and they're great for what they are. Holland America Line is a whole different kind of lifestyle feel, and it's also designed on traditional yachting, traditional boats, so you'll find lots of lovely decor that you might find familiar from a beautiful old boutique hotel, you know, the polished beams and the striped deck chairs and things like that, which I love personally about this brand. The fact that you just feel so welcome, and you know, nothing's too much trouble on board. The service is impeccable, and quite honestly, for the price point of Holland America Line, I sometimes can't get over it. It's just so good. The food is beautifully fresh, and anything you possibly want. You know, even your poolside dining, they've got delicious brioche buns and fancy burgers and the triple cooked chips and all of that makes you feel like you're in, you know, a 6-star restaurant in Bondi, spending $50 on lunch. So we're 14 nights cruising out of Sydney, and we're straight into the incredible Fiordland National Park, where you can sail through one of the most remote landscapes on Earth. You know, sheer cliffs rising from the dark waters and waterfalls, you sometimes vanishing within hours as well. It's just a constantly changing natural spectacle, and you will be there in the thick of it, watching on deck. Then we're into Dunedin, which is a city shaped by Scottish settlers and surprising wildlife encounters as well. You can visit the Otago Peninsula, home of the world's only mainland royal albatross colony. Christchurch is next, city reinventing itself with innovation and green spaces, and it's really about the outdoor feel in Christchurch. Then it's Wellington, which is very creative, part of New Zealand, known for its films, and in fact they filmed a lot here, and great coffee culture too. Napier's up next. Of course, it's wine country. You might want to do the vintage car tour through the city's pastel streets and enjoy the coastal vineyards on an excursion. Then it's Gisborne, one of the first places in the world to see the sunrise every day. The railway there is fantastic, the Gisborne City Vintage Railway. You can take a ride on that and enjoy. Then it's Tauranga, coastal getaway to the geothermal landscapes and Maori heritage. You can do both in a day, heading to Rotorua and the Maori village. Then we're into Auckland. Of course, this is the largest city. It sits between two harbours and dozens of dormant volcanoes. Why not take the ferry to Wahiki Island for wine tasting? Bay of Islands is next, and this is where the treaty was actually signed, and it's a great thing to visit the Waitangi Treaty grounds and learn about Maori culture. Now, a couple of days at sea will see us into Sydney, where we'll disembark after this amazing adventure. Of course, heading out of Sydney off to Fiordland National Park, Dunedin, Christchurch, Wellington and Napier, Gisborne, Tauranga, Auckland, Waitangi, and then back into Sydney. What a packed itinerary.
Yeah, you can't come back from that one saying, well, I don't really know New Zealand that well. You get to know it really, really well over a cruise like this. And this is all about the charm, the journey, the getaway. And this is definitely not a cruise to miss. We're booking early now for early 2028, but we're doing that with deposits of just $99 each. So let's lock it in right now. And interestingly, wowzers. Interestingly, I was just looking up, okay, how many crew are on board? So it's around about 2,300 passengers, there or thereabout. There's over 800 crew looking after you on board. And yet, that's amazing because you've got access to all of that 800 plus crew looking after you. Really serving up the best of everything. It's brilliant. And I love the fact that room service is included too. Multiple dining choices, great musical entertainment, big shows, friendly activities, events galore for you to enjoy. Moreover, a really calm and friendly atmosphere where you'll be meeting new people on your 2-week getaway. Here's all the details that you need to get booked. And remember, it's just $99 each today as a deposit. I love that, and I love meeting new people. That's the other great thing about a cruise, is you get to meet new people and you can see them again. You know, you can get together, you can create lifelong friends that you end up keeping in touch with, going on holiday with in the future as well, hearing their fascinating stories. That's one of the joys of cruising. It really is it gives you so much more that even our videos can't show you. Do you know what I mean? Like every cruise is a new surprise, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what you're going to experience and what stories you'll have to bring, for the friends back home.
But it's a really good, it's a collective experience as well. So everyone has their own kind of joys and pleasures. And then you're part of this sort of bigger,
yes.
I don't want to say, I don't want to say kind of family, but it kind of ends up feeling like something you really belong to. It's really difficult to describe if you've never cruised before. You kind of need to go to see why so many people are, yet still so few of us have cruised.
Yeah. I mean, it really is such a brilliant way to see the world. Such an easy way to see the world. And with so many cruises coming, just literally right from our doorstep these days. No reason why not to take full advantage and try it. Maybe for the first time, you're going to love it.
Yeah, you certainly will. And listen, we've loved having your company. I hope you'll come back again and see us very, very soon. We have regular CruiseAway shows. Hopefully see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.